One of the biggest shakeups in gaming could be on its way, or we may just all be blowing smoke up each other's butts. Valve just dropped 3 new devices at once, and the entire industry is freaking out. As of right now, it's hard to tell, but I haven't seen the entire gaming space get this excited about a product or a console that wasn't from the big 3 since Sega made its exit from the living room console market. Valve, the leaders in PC gaming, have decided that your gaming PC wasn't enough, and now they want to be in your hands, on your desk, and on your face. With 3 new products on the way, it really feels like Valve is really finally ready to take another shot at the living room. The Steam Deck is a massive success. Valve basically owns the PC gaming space, and consoles are turning more into PCs every generation. If there was ever a moment for Valve to make a real move into this space, it's right now. The real question is in which way, if any, is this going to affect the overall gaming landscape? That's the question we're going to deep dive into and explore today. Will this make a big impact, or kind of just be a loud, steamy fart in the wind? Pun intended.
Vanished like a fart in the wind.
I think the answers are actually pretty clear-cut. The most obvious thing that comes to mind is Xbox just became irrelevant to many, including myself. Microsoft's whole upcoming strategy is no secret. They basically want their next console to be a gaming PC that runs its own OS and Steam. Basically, the appeal is supposed to be the access to Steam and PC gaming. But if Steam has their own device, why would I buy an Xbox to play Steam games? And I don't need to buy an Xbox to play exclusives, as they basically don't exist anymore, as we literally have Halo on PlayStation now. So basically, Valve has beat Xbox to the market, and now we have to see how Xbox will respond, or if this will change any of their upcoming strategies and plans.
Cut the show. I'm done. Take me off. Take me off.
Am I saying that everyone who is on Xbox is going to run out and buy a Steam machine? Well, no, but I certainly don't think that this will be a niche product like the Steam Deck is. I can see the Steam machine, or the GabeCube, outselling the Steam Deck by quite a lot. Enough to definitely disrupt Xbox, or at least be in competition with them with certain demographics. Before we continue, there is something that needs to be said before I see people clenching and busting their booty holes in the comments about it. Yes, Valve has attempted the living room box before, and it did not go well for them or us. It could have even been classified as a failure. But Steam OS wasn't what it is now. The controller was kind of strange, and the weird cross-marketing made the product non-appealing to your average console gamer. So why is this time any different? Well, first off, the Steam OS is largely improved in the last decade. The new controller looks amazing. The player base and Steam in general is even more mainstream than it was a decade ago, and Steam as a company is much more in the zeitgeist of gaming than they were before. Not saying they weren't massive 10 years ago, but they've grown quite a lot and quite a bit since then. For all these reasons, I don't think this is going to go the same way as it did last time. PC gaming and console gaming used to be like 2 very different worlds. Those lines have crossed and collided now more than ever, with many players' only barrier to entry from jumping from PC to console or from console to PC being the convenience and the onboarding. With Steam having its own dedicated console, this could finally break down that barrier for many people. As someone who has a very strong gaming PC in their office and all 3 of the major consoles basically sitting in their living room, I often default to playing on my consoles because I'm not trying to drag my expensive gaming PC into the living room, and I'm not trying to sit up in my office all day away from my family. And I'm not also trying to buy a dedicated PC to plug into the living room TV just because it seems awkward and I don't want a big giant box sitting there and have to have a wireless mouse and all the rest of it. This little box is the perfect solution to that. With it already having a Steam operating system ready to go, it seems perfect for finally enjoying my PC games from the comfort of my living room. And I can easily see this being one of my most used devices once it drops. Honestly, with Sony moving a lot of its exclusives over to PC now, this little box might actually be the most cost-effective way to play all games from all the major publishers besides Nintendo. And I mean, depending on the route you like to go, even Nintendo. Long gone are the days of needing to choose between consoles. You can now have the best of both worlds in one device. This box might accidentally actually become the play everything except Mario machine. Hey, you're halfway through this video and you haven't subscribed yet. What are you waiting for? Please go ahead and hit that like button. Thank you. Now, a lot of this speculation is based on 2 very big assumptions: price and performance. None of these things I spoke about are going to matter if the price isn't correct and the performance isn't good. As of this recording, we don't have a price, but we do have specs. The specs they've revealed, if fully optimized, seem like they'll be able to run all the current gen games at a decent resolution and FPS, and I'm sure many people aren't going to mind the small hit to performance if it means more accessibility. It seems the Steam machine will be around the same performance as the base PS5, and that should be plenty for most. That just leaves the price. Valve has to come correct with this. As I mentioned before, the major barrier to PC gaming is the price and accessibility. So even if they solve the accessibility problem, that won't matter if the price isn't right. I'm not going to speculate on what prices will be, but I have faith that Valve understands this as well as anybody, and they'll likely come correct with a price point that doesn't turn what could be a big commercial product into something niche. I'm telling you right now, if this thing launches at like $900, I'm going to riot. However, I think it's almost guaranteed that this device is going to come in at a competitive price point, as Valve always has. Valve makes a big cut off every game sold on the system, so they don't need to make a large profit on the Steam machine, or even any at all. As long as they can get it in enough living rooms, the profit will flow from all the games purchased. This isn't even too different from how most modern consoles and companies operate, and Steam is known for being competitive, so I think that they're going to come in at something fairly reasonably priced. Some very important things we must touch on though are ownership and online costs. It seems like we're kind of making a trade-off here. Will we get access to like way more amazing games? Yes, but none of those games are going to be physical or on a disc. So if you're going over to this platform from one of the traditional consoles and you're used to buying your media physically, then you're fully committing to digital gaming and giving up owning any physical media whatsoever. Something PC gamers basically came to terms with a long time ago, but many console gamers might be hesitant to make this shift, as, you know, they basically should be, because you're basically trading in any form of physical media for complete online digital media. And when that happens, most of the time, all your ownership is gone. You're paying for a glorified rental at that point. So you have to consider that when going into this market. Online subscriptions for PS and Xbox Online aren't cheap. And with everything going through Steam, you'll no longer have to pay just to play games online. So a major downside, but also a major upside. It's up to you kind of which one matters more to you. How about we also mention this though? This entire landscape of pricing when it comes to video games, and anybody familiar with Steam knows the amount of sales and discounts and value it brings to its customers. How many people are really going to care about physical media when games are on sale for 20 bucks and they're on sale all the time for consistently cheaper prices than they're on sale on any of the other digital marketplaces like they would be on Sony or on Xbox? This is going to be a big shakeup, and I don't think people realize that Steam sales alone being available in your living room on a console is going to be a big shakeup, and I don't think as many people are going to be looking to buy games day one when we realize how many games are available 6 months later for half the price or less. So games that are full prices on consoles are often, like I said, on sale on Steam for half the price, or basically significantly less than that on a regular basis. You, me, all of us are going to have much more access to much more sales, and it's going to be much easier on our wallets moving forward to be basically a console gamer. So that's amazing. But here's a question for you. How many gamers actually own all the consoles? I think most people own whatever living room console they're committed to, and then a PC and maybe a Nintendo Switch out of like necessity for, you know, going away when they're out of their home. But some people, just like me, go all in and get every console and every handheld that drops, and I know I'm the minority here. So moving forward with the prices of consoles getting so expensive, you know, people who are in the space of maybe having to choose between this console or that one, I don't think that many people are going to want to have to do that anymore. If you can just get a Steam machine, and you look at something like Sony doing mostly only timed exclusive now, I think the days of people owning all the consoles might be going away, and we're going to see people commit to just owning a Steam machine for convenience or price or both. Now, with that being said, assuming the launch goes well, if I had to recommend someone who's getting into the next gen of gaming who can only afford or wants one console, I think I'd have to push them towards the GabeCube. Not only will you have the best of both worlds as far as the console and PC gaming, but something that matters a lot to me is also a key factor here: emulation. We won't dive into that, but the possibilities for turning this little box into an emulation beast and basically having all the previous consoles just loaded up into one little box right there is going to be fantastic. And I'm looking forward to pushing this to its limits and seeing how it can handle that and do that and using it in that way as well. So, you know, there's a lot of other upsides to this as well as the couple downsides. But I think you got to kind of, like I said, weigh in which matters most to you. You have to look at why this actually matters to normal people. This device is going to make things much simpler for regular gamers. Think about the simplicity. You turn it on, you play anything, you don't need to buy 3 consoles, you don't need to worry about where your games are exclusive to. You don't need to juggle multiple subscriptions for online play and services. It's one device, one library, one ecosystem. That clarity might just be enough to give it the upper hand it needs to kind of like be a breakout success or push it above that niche market. All of this being said though, Steam has treated me and their customers very well over the last decades at this point. And if there's any company I trust the future of this hobby to, it's Steam. This company has shown time and time again that it puts their customers first, and with Gabe Newell heading this company, I can't see this changing anytime soon. If Valve pulls this off, gaming finally gets interesting again. And if anyone is going to shake the industry awake, it's them, honestly. Competition in the market is a good thing, and with everything that we know as of right now, this device could be one of the coolest things we've had released in a very long time in the gaming space. The Steam machine is breaking down barriers and blurring the lines between PC and console gaming even further than it already is, and that couldn't make me happier. I don't know about you guys, but I already got my purple paint ready and I can't wait to paint my new GabeCube. Okay guys, I appreciate you all being here and spending time with me. Before I go, I do have a question for you all though. I'd love an answer for in the comments. Do you guys want to see the Steam box disrupt the market, or do you hope it's just another addition to the gaming landscape and like another option to choose from? I know this may be wrong to say, but I hope this thing literally totally shakes up the entire console market and forces companies to look at us for more than just our wallets. I understand a company's main goal of existing is to make money and jobs are at stake, but when you treat those people that are giving you that money the way that the companies treat us now and lately, then I'm almost happy to see someone like Valve come out and give everybody something else to consider and the big companies something to think about. I guess what I'm asking is, what result do you think, if any, this is going to have on the overall gaming landscape? Maybe I'm overreaching, but I don't think this is just going to be a niche little product like the Steam Deck. And even if that's all it is, it still shows the direction of our hobby and industry, that it's heading in more of a PC-focused direction, and those lines of console and PC are going to be blurred more and more. And I don't think the days of traditional consoles are basically going to continue much further. Okay, that's it for me. Come back next week and join me here so we can chat again. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Thanks again. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.